A very long week. Been a very long week, but I'm good. I'm managing one day at a time. That's all we can do. And how you've been? You've been awfully quiet on the group.
Uh, yeah, I couldn't remember. It's my work. Kind of like my trading has been very slow. I
Okay.
even like because currently I'm busy with some investigations at work. So yeah, I don't because I just want things to settle down first at work and then I'm back again. So currently it's hectic.
Oh, okay, okay. Yo,
Yeah,
doing some investigation. That sounds like a very confidential, secret top agent stuff, eh?
I know some engineering problem with the plant that we 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 caused the station some problems. So I must investigate what happened to prevent it to happen again. Still something.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But is there like a progress you see already, or is it gonna take some time before you reach the ultimate goal?
Nah, not really. Next week I'm expecting to present, and then once it's closed, then I'm back again to my normal routine.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, but what are your thoughts though in terms of looking from the beginning of the month and looking at to where you are right now in terms of your whole view about trading as like as a sort of income, you know?
Yeah, no, my think for me is as the last question that you proposed last time we spoke, I think you from the group where you mentioned something about we presenting our trading plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for me the past 3 weeks or so, I've
Mm,
been doing some research in terms of how I trade,
yeah.
trying to back test and see how am I going to formulate it and put it on paper so that at least I can have all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly yeah. For me, okay, for me, but to be honest, I wouldn't say much about how the market's been moving because
Yeah.
for me it was more like back testing, yeah,
Yeah.
and trying to put it and see that and whatever I've projected is aligning to what I want to do in future. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Yo, all right. Okay. I think let's just get started on it. Just gonna wait. We've been waiting for four people to join. I think because we're getting to the end and also close to a weekend, so a couple of people are very busy. We've got, I think, Tycoon is in the house. Welcome, welcome, and also we've got Ngubeko. Welcome. On tonight's sessions, yeah, basically, yeah, okay. So, my plan was just talk about trading, and I wanted to get touch base in terms of why a lot of people trade forex, and also I want us to discuss, this thing regarding the trading plan. A lot of people are not aware that it's very much important to have a trading plan because trading is a business. It's a huge business. It's $1 trillion business. Yeah, so it means you've got people that are trading that are highly educated, like a lot of people that are very much educated. And I just wanted to go through this. I just googled this for purpose of tonight's session because remember, so we want to talk about trading. There are so many reasons why people trade forex. So part of a trading plan is understanding why are you trading. What is your reason to trade? Are you trading as an extra income? Are you trading as your source, as your main source of income? Are you trading so you can supplement your income? Are you also trading? Maybe you want to buy a car or you want to retire, or maybe you want to use trading as a way of raising capital, for you to start another business. It's different things, for different people. Maybe you're trading because you wanna use the capital from trading, your profit from trading, maybe to study for something else that you maybe what you're doing right now is not exactly what you wanna do in life. Maybe you wanna go out there and study for something else. Maybe you are a lawyer, you know, get into music. So now you are trading so that you can get into buying instrument and get into that music school, you know. It's different thing that people want as a trader. So the most important part that is going to motivate you a lot in terms of trading is your reason why you are trading. So the first thing, part of the plan is have a big why. You know, why are you doing this? Why are you trading? Why are you learning to trade? Do you want to retire? And then you must draft how much, what do you need for you? How much profit do you need to retire? Because you're going to need to invest money and you're gonna need to invest time for you to get money and time. Okay. So if you guys, all of the guys that are on tonight's session, maybe you can type, maybe even anything that comes first to your mind. When you think about the why reason you are trading, maybe you can just type there on the chat box just to get some feedback, you know. Maybe just one reason, maybe you want to buy a car, buy a house, educate, retire, full time, raise a capital, you know, just type there on the chat box, just get some feedback because it's very important to understand your why. Your why is going to push you to go through the videos, you know, your why is going to push you to go through the ebooks, even back test, even if you're going through a demo account. That why is what's going to push you a lot. You know, maybe you want to build a house for your family. Maybe you want to travel. You know, you see trading as a way you can make an income so that you can travel. You know, your why, you know why you do something is your biggest thing that's gonna motivate you a lot, even if you're seeing a loss, because your why is so big and your reason why you are trading is what is gonna push you forward, you know. Okay, we've got a message that says to quit my current work, meaning you want to basically retire from work, whereby you've got income, enough income coming through from trading, even also from investment and from businesses for you to that. So let's have those why, guys. Please make sure you send your why you are trading, right? Even it's just one why, whether you want to buy a new car, you want to travel, you want to have maybe have be a full-time trader so that can have time with your family, maybe time with your kids, maybe you wanna see, maybe start another business, maybe learn something new, you know, maybe you wanna go somewhere and educate, maybe learn a new skill, maybe it depends, you know. Your why is what is gonna make you stick, even if you don't feel sometimes you don't feel like, you know, watching the market because it's been very hard week. It happens. Sometimes you have a very, really, very much losing week, and it's been hard for you to even keep on trading. So your why is what's gonna keep you ongoing. Is what's gonna keep you trading. Because remember, like I mentioned before, trading is $1 trillion market, meaning there's a lot of capital, a lot of money that has been injected by the government, by the banks, by a lot of people all over the world. They want to make money through trading. Some have invested even in AI technology, you know, the artificial intelligence, they've invested in that because they want to make money, billions. You know, it's been said that trading is one of the most paying career in the world. So when you look about why people trade Forex, there's so many reasons. Your why is very important, okay? Your why is very important. If you guys can, I'm not sure, I'm not getting much response. Can you guys hear me on those side? Can you guys hear me? If you're getting an audio and you can see my screen, you can just type on the chat box. If you cannot hear me, obviously you can't type, but if you can see my screen, please type. But I've only got one response. Okay, you've got another one. Say, I enjoy the process of trading and I want to able to acquire assets through trading. So that's another reason why. Okay. So when you talk about assets, you're talking about things that are definitely gonna give you an income. Maybe you're talking about properties, you know, wanna buy properties, you wanna buy land, you know, maybe you wanna buy a farm, who knows? Maybe you wanna buy, you know, cars that are gonna give you like maybe like your Uber, and also perhaps maybe you wanna buy cars, maybe trucks. It depends. Maybe you wanna get into logistics, you know, it depends. A lot of people get into trade for different reasons. I know a friend of mine who got into trading because he wants to buy trucks, and when he bought a truck, he just quit trading. Interesting. Very interesting. He got his first truck and he's like, you know what, I'm stopping trading. I'm like, how you gonna sustain everything? He's like, no, I got what I want. I wanted to buy a truck and I got a truck. So I'm gonna like quit trading. Very interesting. But like I kept saying, if you know your why is what's gonna motivate you a lot. Okay. So Ngubego, he enjoys the process of trading and he wants to be a professional trader because he wants to start another businesses. That is from Seed there. That's very good, very good. Big up, big up. I'm very proud and I'm very much inspired. That's very good. That's very good. So in your trading plan, so make sure you have your why, okay? And also make sure you've got a book, like a journal. If you don't have a journal, perhaps you can have like as people have said it before, maybe you can have a room where you've got all your, like what do you call this? People call it not a dream book. I don't want to say a dream book because a dream book sounds like something that cannot be achieved or done in your lifetime. And so, yeah, yeah. Tycoon is saying, I'm trading because I want to buy assets which are going to generate more money for me, especially property and owning a farm, livestock. Very good, very good. That's very good. I'm happy. I'm happy. Your reason why is very much important. Why are you doing this? What is gonna be what is gonna motivate you, even if you don't feel like studying, but because you understand your why. So make sure you have your why written down somewhere, whether it's on your journal, maybe you can write it even in your room where you sleep, or you can even write it on your phone somewhere. You also can even have what we call a vision board. Some people have a vision board where they write everything, where they put everything. I'm sure you guys have seen a movie of those guys that are investigating, huge crime. They've got pictures on the board. They've got all those things. You can have something like that in your own room or your own home office. Also, can have something like that even in your fridge. Some people put their dreams and their goals in the fridge where you're like, you know what, I want to have this farm. I want to have this property. Sometimes what you can also try out, you can also try out viewing properties. You can go out there and book and view properties. You can also, while you are raising capital to start a business, you can also attend like business seminars. So you can network with other people that are also in the field that you want to get in. I've seen a huge impact to a lot of people. What you do is, if you want to get into a business of property, okay, you get around people that are into property and you learn from them. You ask them, how are they managing this? How is property market currently in the year 2023? How was property in 2008 when there was a market crash? How is going to be in the future? So those are some of the things that are very much key. Your reason why you are trading, make sure you have it written down somewhere, because that is the key for you to focus. Okay. So always remember that. Always remember, whenever you feel like stopping or quitting or slowing down, remember your reason why you are trading. Okay. And remember, everything you have written down, everything that you really want is like it's about believing. If you believe you can achieve it, now the next step is actually going through the process that you need to go through so you can definitely achieve what you want. Okay. Remember, if you wanna quit your current job and be a full-time trader, that is very much possible. But obviously, it goes with the planning, it goes with doing your numbers, it also goes with knowing that you need to sustain everything, and also it goes with along having that discipline of focusing on trading, having enough capital. So I'm very much happy. I'm very much excited. I have that belief, since you are on tonight's session, that's the first step, getting your education, making sure that education is your priority, because that's how basically first thing is education first, and then obviously you will definitely get the money. A lot of people are motivated by money. But remember, I've seen people that are making a lot of money, but are not happy, because what money buy is not the same as understanding when you achieve your why, you know. When I say achieve your why, I mean when you reach a certain level in life and you're like, yeah, I've done it. And sometimes we like saying when you have a million, when you have 10 million, but not understanding that it's life is about having memories, it's about building legacies, it's about achieving certain goals, it's about growth, it's about progress. And that is very much important. So in your trading plan, it's very much important to understand your why. Okay, that's the first step in terms of that is very much important. We've spoken about it. Okay, but someone is just joined in. Welcome to the session. Yes. So I think that's the first thing is your reason why you are trading. Okay. So if you understand your why now, you have to write it down. And also, once you understand your why, excuse me about that. Once you understand why, second thing is now understand that to reach to your why, you have to pay the price. Okay? So what do I mean? To reach your why, understand that you have to pay the price, pay the price. So that's the next thing. So the first thing in your trading plan is understand your why. Know your why, write it down, have it somewhere be clear about it. That's part of a trading plan. Understand that you have to pay the price. Paying the price means you're more likely to spend more hours if you're gonna be, because remember, in trading, it's been said that about 90% of traders do not make money. Only 10% of traders they make money. It's also been said that about 90 days, which is 3 months, a lot of traders do not make money. So Noel saying expansion of my career as entrepreneur. Okay, that's very good. So he wants to expand his career as a entrepreneur, meaning obviously you wanna get into more businesses through trading, which is very good, very good. Thank you guys for sharing. I'm very much happy about that. So the next thing is obviously we keep saying that we have to pay the price. If you go, for example, if you go to a restaurant, when, for example, if you go, I don't want to mention names, but let me mention names for the sake of for the sake of tonight of driving the point home. If you go to KFC, you no one is gonna sit you down. You're just gonna go there in the front and place your order and you pay for your food, right? And then you get that food, right? If you go to Spare, obviously somebody's gonna sit you down and you're gonna be have that nice food. You're gonna be nice. But then if you go to those 5-star restaurant, you've got a very nice place, very nice view. The price of food and the quality of food in that place is not the same as you get from the KFC. Even the service that you get there. So what do I mean? I mean, different levels of profit, different level of a lifestyle is driven by how much can you afford to pay the price. If you cannot pay the price, that's gonna drive you to make that profit. Chances are you cannot afford that. You know, that's why some people obviously they go for shortcuts. Because they're avoiding to pay the price. But the good thing is once you can afford to pay the price, meaning putting those 10,000 hours into understanding the strategy, okay? Into understanding basically who you like, what sort of trade is a good trade, what is the best approach in terms of your trade management. So like I keep saying, the first thing is understand your why you are trading, write it down. If it's always best if you can read it almost every day or every second day. Read your reason why you are trading every day. Read it, go through it. Especially you can even write down even top 10 reason why you are into trading. Maybe you want to travel, build a business, buy property, buy land, have more businesses, own property, have a farm, do something for the community, for the church, want to retire, want to buy more assets. and then write down what type of assets. Are you talking about the property? Are you talking about shares? Are you talking about businesses? Are you talking about what sort of assets? Are you talking about gold? Are you talking about Bitcoin? What assets are you talking about? Then write down those type of assets that you really want to own. Maybe you want to own a factory. So write down those assets. So the second thing is obviously be willing to pay the price. Okay. That is, we're talking about trading plan. Remember, as much as we can look at the charts, the chart is basically the way we respond to what we see. It's basically the behavior of traders. What you see in the chart is just a behavior of traders. Okay. So the third thing that is very much key into your trading plan is what I call your personality. Okay. Your personality, your personality is very important. Okay. A lot of people don't understand themselves, Yeah, people don't understand themselves. So what happened is, when they trade, they are trading against their personality. I'm pretty sure this is something that is very much, yeah, it's very much, a lot of people, they talk about this, but it does affect how you trade. It does affect how you trade. But I don't want to get into like when I say personality, we talk about the way you are as a person, how you react to situation. Let me just go through it again. So we're just gonna look into it as there's so many things you can research on this online, but also how you react to situation. There are people who are very kind. There are people who are very much giving. There are people who are very much aggressive. There are very people who are dreamers. They dream a lot. They dream a lot. You need to understand what kind of a person you are. Because that is definitely gonna affect how you trade. If you're an aggressive person, you very much fired up about life. Chances are you are very much a huge dreamer. Sometimes you will sometimes place a huge, you've got a small account, but you want to make huge profit, and now you lose track of being practical, because you are a huge dreamer. And that can cause you to basically not focus, not use the risk properly, because you are someone who's very much a huge dreamer. You are very much driven, and you have to be very much careful when you are that type of person, because you have to put that into okay, want to start some businesses. Okay, I'm aggressive scalper, learning to manage risk. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. I'm happy about that. Yeah, I'm very happy about that. When and also, if you're a person who is very patient, you are very savvy, is someone who understands risk, this person can definitely be a swing trader. If you're a person, who is savvy, who is very much, or, you're a person who can swing trade, you're a person who can definitely hold on to trading a 4 hour. Let me just go through the charts. Sometimes I like talking, then also go through the charts. Okay. For example, I think this was the movement on, this is what, gold. Okay. If you go through gold, we look at it in a daily, and let's just take a look at this. So if you are a savvy person, chances are okay. Let's first deal with I think we've got an inbox saying I'm aggressive, a scalper, learning to manage risk. Okay, which means if you are a scalper, you are someone basically who's taking trades, short-term trades, which means you are looking, for example, your strategy. That's very key. Okay, because for you to place trade, you must have a strategy. Okay. And then, but obviously, I keep saying, understand your personality, because your personality is how you're going to execute that strategy. Okay. What do I mean? That just yeah, your personality is gonna drive how you execute a strategy. Okay. For someone, let's talk about what can you? Let's talk about, let's say, yeah, okay. Let's talk about healing. You know, if I a doctor, there's a certain way you do your healing. You know, if you are a nurse, there's something that you do in terms of healing. You know, different strategy, but you're doing one and the same task. I'm not sure if I'm getting my point clear. Okay, but let's just go through this. Okay, if you're a scalper, chances are in the 4 hour you definitely will have a lot of trades. Okay, so what you do is this: you're a scalper. You know yourself. I'm aggressive. I want to see profit now. Okay, that's the type of person you are. What you do is the best approach is trade per movement. You know, do not try and swing trade because that's gonna work against you, and you're gonna keep fighting yourself because you're like, I know this was gonna reverse, and like, why I did not close? So make sure you just stick to that. Don't try and be like, this person is making so much money, and what they're doing is they are swing trading. Don't try to be a swing trader because you're gonna self-destruct. You know, you're gonna just destroy, you know, a lot of your winning trades are going to end up becoming a losing trade because you are fighting against who you are, your nature. As much as you can learn other things, for example, this trade right here, right? If you are a scalper, chances are you take a buy here. When the market gets to this level, which is a good level, you're more likely to close. Okay. Sometimes if this is a 1 hour trade, chances are you even trade even a smaller time frame. So what you need to do if you're scalping, you just trade zone to zone, okay? When the market gets to this level, that's where you take your profit. You wait to see, is this gonna break above or it is gonna reverse? But as a scalper, you are already out here. You are already out, you know, because the market has reached another level that it can definitely react on that level because it has reacted before. It made get to the level, it made a drop, another same touch, and then a drop. So if you buy here, obviously, which is 1910, when it gets to that level, it did made another reaction. So when it gets to a level as a scalper, you are out. Okay. Another personality is if you are a day trader, you know, you're not really rushing into trade, but what you want to see is you want to see you know your trade. You don't want to close them in terms of like now. Maybe you want to close. Let's say you place a trade in the morning. You want to close maybe during the day. You know, you're like, you know what, my trade, for example, you place a trade in the morning. This is in the morning, right? So the market moves in the morning. We take a buy here, right? During, let's just check what time was it. I'm talking about the day trader and the intraday trader. So the terms are not really important. What is important is what you do, okay? Because sometimes you can get caught up in the terms that people are using in trading, and you're trying to, you know, be like, hey, let me understand what this means. No, not really important. What is important is what you do, okay? So now, this level, what was the time? The time was, use this, make it a bigger, okay? So we've done with the scalper. Scalper, 5 minutes trade, a few minutes trade, just 3-4 candles, you're out. Okay. For example, from this level, when the price got to that level, which is 1912, from here, this is the morning. So you're ready, you can see, okay, this market has created this low, right? This low. Okay. You're like, okay, there's another low, there's another low. Okay. What does this mean? It means number one, there is right here. I'm gonna put that as S1, support level 1, and then another one here, right? So this is more like let's just say holding up liquidity, support level number 2, and then another one right here, support level number 3. Okay. So we're talking about intraday trader. You understand your personality, right? So what you do is you want to open a trade here because you can see this. Remember, as a trader, if you're placing your buy or sell, always look left. So you can see on the left, this was a zone, another level, same level. If the market is touching the same level, 1, 2, 3, 3 times same level, that level is very weak. Okay. Chances are they are not doing this randomly. They are building up liquidity. Okay. This liquidity is being built up. It's also being built up even on the top. But now, before they actually go up, they need to go down, grab liquidity, and go further up. Okay. So what this has done, if you're a day trader, obviously this was around. Okay, let's check out. Let's use this. So we're talking about intraday trader. You are trading, for example, you're gonna this was around 12:30. This is where I think this is the time where I sent a buy signal on gold, and around here, around 2, this is where I think this is where this thing was released. Let's just okay, this is 2. After this, you're gonna see how many pips was that. This was over 70 pips. Okay. So if you've been trading with around 0.10 lot size on a dollar account, you probably have made over $70. If you're trading a 1 lot on a dollar account, you probably made $700. If it's a 10 lot, obviously 7,000 US dollars. Okay. What happens that actually made this drop? It was a news event driven, but it's also on the level which is very much critical. You can see that level. It's a level of supply. So it made that drop. Let's just see the event that actually triggered that movement. Okay. The event is right here. You know, let's go economic calendar. So as the market is moving, there are some economic data that is being released that is moving liquidity, that's pushing people to react in a certain way. There's a speech maybe by that is pushing the market to react in a certain way. So as you can see, around 2:30, what happens in that time? Between 2 and 3, what happens? As you can see, initial job claims, 2:30, the expected was 66, previously 64. This has dropped, which means economy is growing, and then you can see the first quarter GDP in USD, 2% growth. So this is positive for the dollar. Okay. What happens? Obviously, the dollar strength, was there. Okay. And it was there where in the charts, you can see it is on supply level. Okay. But also remember, we talk about S1, S2, S3. Can you see? S1, support level number 1, support level number 2, support level number 3. And at that moment, what did you see? Can you see? A doji. A doji. They created a doji and then there was a huge drop. Okay, why? Positive GDP numbers would show that the economy in the US is actually growing. Number 2, a drop initial job claims, which means a lot of people are now getting back into the job market, which is good for the US economy. And that can drive obviously positive things for the dollar. And you can see there was a huge drop in terms of the price of gold. Okay. But looking at it in terms of let's just remove everything. But is this clear for everyone? Let me just, before we move on, let's just make sure this is clear for everyone. When you're saying this is S1, S2, S3, is everyone clear why we're saying that? Okay. Because we're trying to get to a level whereby now you understand that during the London session, I took a buy right here and I closed as in what? Intraday trader. But I know the scalpers are already out. After this one candle, the scalpers are already out because you can see from 1914, they saw, okay, this market is actually moving up. They're like, you know what? This is good money. From here, I think we place a signal, we send a signal around here. And then obviously when the price move up there, always the scalpers are already out. When it gets to 1910, they're already out. Because what they're looking at this, not the whole picture. They're looking at this, with this market. When it gets here, I need to be out. After this candle, they're already out. And then when this doji was, which is this doji here, when this doji came through, they are already out of the market. When this candle come through, after that release of that economic data, they are already out, you know. When this price close above it, and then let's go back. So what do I mean? I mean, a scalper is already out here, and also intraday trader is already out, because now you open your trade, you buy during the London session. Before the year session, you wait to see the reaction, and you've already, maybe you can close your partial profit around here, meaning you've already got some profit you've closed. If you do not understand how to close partial profits, we can do a session on that. Maybe when the market move from this level to that level, you already close your partial profits, which is about from there to there, it's over 35 pips. You've got your 35 pips already. When the market reverse, close even below this, you already, if they're taking you out with a stop loss, you have already closed some profits. Okay. Yeah. And then obviously a day trader will do the same thing. Obviously, close when they move the stop loss to break even and take some partial profit. And then when the market reverse, obviously gonna be out, but they'll see a possibility of an entry later on. Okay. I think tonight we're just gonna stop it right there. When we talk about the first thing first is understand why you are trading. Secondly, understand your personality. Are you aggressive? Are you safe? If you can see that, you know what, I'm not very much good in terms of risk management, make sure you work on your weakness, but always emphasize your strong points. You know, if I can see that I'm aggressive, let me see how I can maximize myself being aggressive, but also being able to see the reality, you know, in terms of risk management. That's very much key, because trading is a business. We want to preserve equity as much as we want to see good profits. I think on the next session, we will talk about trades and also risk and reward. And then we'll also dive deep into, I think you can see this is a similar move also on GDP USD. Okay. And before that drop, you can see it created something, a lot of people will call it an M. You know, people will call it an M, which is this here. Okay. This here. Okay. This was a bit of an M. But we'll talk about this when you're covering the part of a strategy, okay? Because part of your trading plan is understanding your entries, you know, entry and your exit. But for now, we wanted to cover some stuff that talk about your reason why you are trading. And then we wanted also to cover your understanding your personality type. Maybe you can ask some people what type of person I am, you know, do some research about yourself. Also talk to people that are not yes people, but people that will tell you an honest answer, you know. And then obviously write down those goals that you want to achieve, read them over and over so you can remember them all the time. Yeah. Okay. Remember, feel free to ask me any questions on my WhatsApp number or email, or even on